speaker will be Kerry McCovy. Kerry is a two-time national champion. He wrestled at Penn State. He is the coach of the University of Maryland, and just Thursday, he was also a member of CAPAL. CAPAL, in case you don't know it, is the Committee for the Preservation of Olympic Wrestling. And Kerry, come on up and welcome, and thank you for taking part.
I love looking at Timor. He always makes me smile. So I'm glad I was at that table with him. We had a banquet on Tuesday, athletic department banquet, and our president got up and spoke, and he said something that I want to steal from him. He said, "Stand up to be seen, speak to be heard, and sit down to be appreciated." So I won't be up here very long. So I want to talk to you about the committee to preserve Olympic wrestling and where we are with the sport. And one of the things, and Teague mentioned it before, about this is an opportunity right now that is bringing wrestling together. So just to give you a little background, and a lot of people don't really know how we got in this position, because for all intents and purposes, wrestling should never have been able to be put in that situation, to even be talked about, to be recommended to be dropped. But the reason that it was done is poor leadership. Our international federation for many years has made terrible decisions that have affected our sport, and this is ultimately the worst result of those bad decisions. So there's steps to be made. We've made changes in leadership. They're working on rule changes. They're working on different things to improve the sport. But the idea of talking about of how we got in this position is because we weren't united. The International Federation, FILA, they did things their own way, and a lot of the other federations, a lot of the other people involved in the federation didn't step up to try and get them in the right direction, and ultimately, that's why we're in this position. So being united, being together, being proactive is really what wrestling has needed in the past, and it really needs it now. So an event like this really shows how important, how those things can be those steps can be taken. So the idea of keeping wrestling growing, keeping wrestling in the Olympic Games, it all comes from unity, it comes from working together, and work comes from being proactive. So that's what I want everybody to understand. As far as with the challenge in front of us, I believe we're going to keep wrestling in the Olympics. And so the challenge for us right now, after this is over, is that our sport should be stronger than ever, because it gives us an opportunity to look at the things that are wrong on the international level and make ourselves better. So as bad as it was, this could be the most important and the greatest thing for our sport, because it really makes us take a look at ourselves and figure out what we need to improve. But it doesn't stop on the international level. You know, there's problems from the international level, down to college level, down to high school level, down to the junior level. And those are all the things that we have to work on. We have to work together to make the sport better. And it's a challenge for our sport, because our sport is founded in competition. It's founded, you know, me and you, we go out there and one person's going to win and one person's going to lose. But we have to find a way to work together. One thing that I've said multiple times when I talk to people, the number one problem in our sport is there's too much competition and not enough cooperation. So we have to increase our cooperation to make the sport better as a whole, and that's where we're going to see the best result. So just to give you an idea of what's going on, so the committee, we meet we have conference calls every week. Saturday morning, 9 o'clock on the East Coast, Andy Barthu's Type Mercury Club, 6 o'clock on the West Coast. Every Saturday we get together, we have updates. We've raised over $1 million to date to help this cause. Bill Shear, national champion for Nebraska, Olympic bronze medalist, is the chair of the committee, and we've got a lot of very influential people involved. So what I say when people ask, what can I do? Get involved. Like us on Facebook, follow on Twitter. If you have the means to give a donation, obviously that's going to help the cause. But really understanding and being involved is what's going to be the first step. The second part is getting educated. Educate yourself with the process. There's a key date at the end of May where the decision's going, and September is when the final decision is going to be in. But understand you can't read enough, you can't follow enough, you can't do enough to make yourself aware and educated about the situation, because if somebody walks up to you in the street and they say, hey, what's going on with that Olympic thing, and that's someone that's not connected or someone that's not attached to the sport, if you don't give them the right information, you may lose them. And that's what we don't need. We have to be united. So get as educated as you can, follow the information, and really focus on what we need to do to make the sport better. So the Facebook, Twitter, websites, there's a lot of stuff going on out there. Get involved, participate, and make sure that you understand that what we're trying to do is recognize that we have an opportunity to improve our sport. It's not about going and saying the IOC are idiots. It's not about saying FILA, we're talking about being proactive and moving forward. So we appreciate the opportunity to make our sport better. If we can continue to foster that attitude that we're going to be better as a sport, we're going to be better positioned in the international race, then we're going to be fine. Last quick update. So there was an article that just came out. So they listed a short list. So there's 7 teams, 7 sports that are vying for inclusion. And of those 7 sports, they narrowed down to a short list. They obviously recommended a short list of 3 sports, us, karate, and squash. So we gained ground, but the fight's not over. So you have to get involved, you have to participate, and make sure that everything you can do to help the sport grow and improve. And it's not going to come from negativity, it's going to come from positive proaction. So when you hear people saying, I want to drive to Switzerland and burn down the IOC, that's not going to help. You have to be, we appreciate the opportunity to make our sport better. We're going to do everything we can to improve the sport. And if that happens, we will stay in the Olympics for all the future to come. So that's just a quick update. I appreciate everyone coming out tonight. Got a lot of other people here to talk, so enjoy the evening. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for supporting wrestling.